Yo, what's good, YouTube? Today I am reacting to inventions that fooled us all. So let's get straight to it. Let's see what's going on. Cause I haven't been fooled for nothing with these inventions. I know what's up. I know what comes in these inventions.
There are loads of everyday objects that fool us without us even realizing. And I'm about to demystify some of them for you.
By the way, happy Sunday. By the way, I'll let y'all know, today's still Tuesday for me though. I just made all these videos until Sunday.
What can be so deceiving about a plain old cereal box? Well, what if I told you a simple way to seal your cereal and guarantee the perfect crunch every time has been hiding right under your nose? If you're anything like me, you probably roll up the packet, leave the cardboard box open, and hope for the best.
Yeah.
But you're doing it all wrong. Not only does that leave your cereal dangerously exposed to the elements, but pesky mice or insects could get in there too, which is not what you want in the morning. TikTok user KDB2020 earned viral fame in 2020 after she shared a foolproof way to secure your cereal that basically no one knew about. Check it out. In case you missed it, all you need to do is fold in the two short tabs on either side of the box and one of the longer flaps, leaving the other long tab free. Next, pinch the two sides of the box closed, then, with the remaining tab, tuck the flap into the box, and voila! The result is a sealed box that tapers up into a neat little triangle, which means long-lasting cereal and
I never knew that, and I know y'all didn't either.
Toblerone. We've probably all given or received a Toblerone as a gift before. It is delicious after all. But
yeah,
how
they're good.
Exactly do you go about eating it? Whether nibbling it, biting off a chunk, or just inhaling it whole.
You don't eat it like that.
Seriously, don't do that. There's a much easier way to get your chocolate fix. For years, we've struggled and failed to break off the triangle pieces.
Yeah, that's how I break it.
Towards us, which usually causes a straight-up mess.
Oh, you do it the other way.
There's another way. That's right. It's really that easy.
I was not talking about that way, but it's fine.
With all your muscle, just push the top of each triangle down, and it should snap away.
That looks so good right now.
A firm tap should be enough to do it. This hack was revealed by Caitlin Crawford back in 2014, and honestly, life hasn't been.
Wow.
You probably don't have a Toblerone available to practice on right now, but there's something else you could go ahead and tap instead.
The subscribe button.
Subscribe buttons. Duh. While you're there, you should probably get acquainted with that little bell icon too. After all, without it, you might still be eating Toblerones the wrong way. I'm just looking out for you.
Check out my quotes on my Instagram and my
This one
Snapchat.
has less to do with the toilet paper itself and more to do with the way you hang it. That's right, it's the age-old over or under debate. If you're one of those people who pull your sheets from underneath, I have a news flash for you.
I heard you're supposed
You're doing it wrong. Forget how neat and
to
tidy
bend
it
it.
looks. It's all about how sanitary it is. Think about it this way. With the under method, the toilet paper is basically touching the wall, which could be home to a whole host of grime and bacteria. In case you need any more confirmation about the right way, engineer turned writer Owen Williams actually tracked down the original 1981 patent for toilet paper, and this diagram speaks volumes. So that settles it, people. It's time to move on to bigger and better things.
I didn't understand
The Heinz
nothing.
57. If you prefer to be classy and buy your ketchup in a glass bottle, you'll be familiar with the trials and tribulations of getting the most out of those last few drops. Believe it or not, vigorously shaking and smacking the bottle, or even tentatively taking a knife to the condiment, isn't the best way to get more bang for your buck. You probably haven't heard, but an official spokesperson from Heinz has explained that the trick is to focus all your attention on the embossed number 57 on the bottleneck. All you need to do is turn the bottle on a 45-degree angle, and then hit the sweet spot with a karate chopping motion using the meaty part of your palm.
But who wants to do that though? You could
Apparently,
just.
this simple trick keeps the sauce moving through the neck rather than knocking around in the body of the bottle. Who knew? Incidentally, the whole
Nah, I prefer with the plastic ketchup bottle.
Come to life. Look at our D&D cat. He's so cute.
57 variety thing is just a ruse for the fact that 57 is the lucky number of the company's founder, H.J. Heinz. After Mr. Heinz was inspired by an ad he once saw for 21 styles of shoes, he decided to adopt the slogan, even though the company already offered more than 60 varieties at the time. And nowadays, there are more than 5,700 different products to choose from.
457.
Toothpaste. Everyone knows the basic rules of good oral hygiene. Brush twice a day for at least 2 minutes using a generous line of toothpaste. Well, one of those things is a total lie. It's true that adverts usually show a nice dollop of toothpaste
What, the
that
2
runs
minutes?
along the entire length of the brush, but that's not necessarily what you should do. In fact, a pea-sized blob on the end of your toothbrush is more than enough to get your teeth clean. The reason why toothpaste adverts deceive us like this is pretty simple. Firstly, it looks more attractive, and second, if people are using big old blobs of toothpaste 2 times a day, they're more likely to need to buy the stuff more often. Pretty sneaky, right?
Facts.
Oh, and here's another fun fact for your noggin. The blob of toothpaste on your brush even has an official name. A nurdle. Thank me later.
A nurdle.
Towel displays.
That was so
If you've ever been
pointless.
to Bed Bath & Beyond before, you've probably marveled at their immaculate towel displays that somehow reach the ceiling. You might be wondering what kind of neat freak dreamed up such a mean feat, but get this, it's all a front. Literally. Check it out. If you really thought it was someone's job to neatly fold and stack such an immense number of towels, think again. These sneaky foam blocks are probably a total lifesaver for employees because it means a single towel on an out-of-reach shelf can be arranged to create the illusion that there's a total abundance of them. As if that wasn't enough, it turns out the big stacks of jeans on display at Old Navy are mostly fake too. Is everything in my life a lie?
That's,
First towels,
I don't believe
now
that.
jeans. I can't help but wonder what other store displays aren't exactly
No,
what
that looks real. The one on the right, that looks real. I'm not playing with that because there's some stores that it's real. So I don't know what state y'all live in
insider knowledge
that has that, but my state's not like that.
Fool us all? Maybe you're a former employee with some gossip to spill. I'm genuinely interested, so let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll respond to a few of my favorites. Toilet plungers. When it comes to a clogged toilet, the first thing you'll want to reach for is a plunger. But if the one you grab looks anything like this, the chances are you'll be working on that baby for a very long time.
No, it depends how you do it though.
A red cup plunger might work perfectly fine to unclog a sink or a bathtub, but it would be an amateur move to use on a messed up toilet. What you really need is one of these puppies, which is known as a flangy plunger. The so-called flangy is the sleeve-like extension at the end that fits snugly into the opening at the bottom of a toilet. To use it correctly, make sure there's enough water in the bowl, angle the plunger over the hole, and then push the handle down and back up repeatedly before flushing. In a pinch, the flangy can also fold into the cup to create a standard cup plunger, but that's more appropriate for use on a sink, so you don't even need both types either. Darn you, Hollywood, for deceiving us like this. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is one of the most versatile ingredients in your cupboard.
I love peanut butter.
I'm talking classic PB&Js, pies, shakes, the lot. But there's one drawback if you're a fan of the more natural kind. The problem with natural nut butter is that you'll find yourself having to mix in a load of weird oily liquid that's collected on the surface every time you open the lid. That's because while non-natural peanut butters use ingredients like palm oil to help extend their shelf life and stabilize the mixture to prevent separation, natural PBs lack this ingredient. That means the peanut's own oils separate from the butter itself through a process known as syneresis, especially at warmer temperatures. Worry not though, there's a simple fix not many people know about. Just store your natural peanut butter upside down. That way the oils at the top will be forced to travel back through the butter, mixing right in themselves.
Oh, okay.
You know, eh? Juice cartons. I hate to
I don't
bring
know
it to you, but it's time to add pouring juice to the list of things you've been doing wrong all your life.
I already know about
Reaching
this.
for a carton of fresh orange juice, most people
Yeah, I already posted a video about that. So I think it was like my first video or something on my, I forgot something like that. Like the Amazingly Secrets things.
Put the plastic spout as close to the glass as possible.
You turn it
makes
around.
Logical sense until you try to pour it and the juice splatters all over the place as the carton emits an obnoxious glugging sound. Those days are over now, my friends, because the solution is much simpler than you think. As so excellently showcased here, all you have to do is turn the carton up the other way so the spout is furthest away from the glass.
Yeah.
There's actually a scientific reason why one method is better than the
I already
other.
know why it is.
Apparently, when
I already
you pour
know.
with the spout close to the glass, it's the weight of the liquid that pushes it out of the carton. leaving no room for airflow.
Then the other way, traveling from the
As
top
volume in the carton decreases, plenty of newly
to the
formed air
bottom.
bubbles create uneven pressure, which results in the familiar glugging sound. Can't argue with that. Soda can tabs. I can't be the only one who thinks soda tastes so much better out of a freshly chilled can.
I don't really drink
right?
soda, to be
Sure, they
honest.
aren't quite as practical as a bottle, and you don't get any more bang for your buck. But there's a little known trick that might just make the can more worthwhile. Besides helping you crack the bad boy open, those little soda can tabs actually have a secret purpose as a handy straw holder. Don't
Okay.
believe me? Next time you crack open a soda, spin the metal tap around over the open hole, stick a straw in it, and bingo. Your soda experience just got a
Yeah, I already knew that.
refreshing. If you're already partial to sticking a straw in your can, you'll know that it can often rise up unexpectedly and stab you in the eye or nostril. So this is one foolproof way to keep it in place. Plus, there are actually some pretty great benefits to using a straw because soda is notorious for staining your teeth. Practical and healthy. Kinda. Sports fields. Laying down a roll of fake grass can be a stress-free way to ensure a perfect lawn without having to agonize about keeping it watered. But it's easy to forget that AstroTurf is also used to cover entire sports fields. No matter how many sports you play, the illusion is so convincing that it can be hard to remember that the ground you're standing on isn't real at all.
Yeah.
Until this happens, that is. Students at Southmoreland High School in Pittsburgh got a rude awakening in August 2013 when they found their football field looking like a scrunched up carpet. When East Huntington experienced a strong flood that summer, 2 inches of rain came down at once, burrowing under the playing surface and causing it to buckle, rip apart,
Salted,
wash away.
exposed.
Considering AstroTurf is something we all know is fake, it does a darn good job of fooling us. Super noodles. Sometimes cooking seems like such a chore. And that's precisely why super noodles are such a guilty pleasure. But what if I told you your favorite instant meal is totally pulling the wool over your eyes? Take a look at this shocking expose. What do you see? Hardly looks like the most hearty meal now.
Nah, that's not that's not all of
What's that
them.
secret void at the bottom all about? Well, don't get all in arms just yet.
That's not all the
There's
noodles,
actually
bro.
a pretty feasible reason why so much of the instant noodle cup is just plain old air. Apparently, manufacturers deliberately leave space above and below the noodles to allow the hot water to flow through them and cook them evenly. By the time those agonizing few minutes are up, the noodles have expanded the full size, and you're none the wiser. Still feels like a bit of a betrayal, though, doesn't it? Chinese takeout boxes.
Chinese
While we're on
food.
the topic of food packaging, did you know that the classic takeout boxes you get from your favorite downtown Chinese joint are more than just a
Alexa, turn on Anna's teapot. Alexa, set a reminder. What's the
box? In fact, they're basically transformers. All you have to do is simply pop out the wire handle, untuck the sides of the takeout box, and watch as it effortlessly becomes an easy-to-use plate. Might not seem all that groundbreaking, but that means no more greasy hands from digging into the bottom of the box and less washing up to do afterwards. It's a win-win. Plus, if you don't happen to finish all the food in one sitting, you can just as easily fold it back into a box and stick it in the fridge for later. And by later, I mean breakfast, of course. Sneaky pavements. So far, the main... But then, use plate. Untuck...
Okay, so you just take it off.
By later, I mean breakfast. Takeaway, see what I did there? Is that you can't really trust anything to be breakfast, of course. Sneaky pavements. So far, the main takeaway, see what I did there? Is that you can't really trust anything to be exactly what it says on the tin these days. Not even the ground you walk on, apparently. It might take a moment to wrap your head around, but these guys really are creating a tiled pavement using a big stencil. The process is known as stamped concrete, and it's far more common than you'd think. Stamped concrete can be used for a whole load of projects including sidewalks, driveways, patios, and interior flooring, and it can easily be made to resemble anything from brick to slate and stone. First, cement is poured evenly over the desired area and smoothed to sweet perfection. Then the desired colors are added
Yeah,
to
then
the
they put
concrete,
that,
and the
the
stamps are
squares on it
matched
for
using
come
a
out like
pigmented
that.
product
And
called
people think
powder
it's
release.
pieces, but it's
Next,
not.
the fun part. Textured rubber or metal stamps are pressed firmly into the concrete in a repeated pattern to create the full illusion. Once the concrete is firmly set, it can then be pressure washed and any last minute fixes can be made before it's sealed. And voila! You have yourself a tile pavement that isn't really tiles at all. As if that wasn't mind-blowing enough, a similar process can be used to create wood effect flooring. Wood that's actually concrete? What's next? Stamped concrete isn't the only way pavements fool us all. Just take a look at this mind-blowing image. What's going on here may look like something out of the Matrix, but it's actually pretty simple. What they're carrying is a quick, cheap, and easy way to achieve the authentic feel of a cobblestone street, which is aptly called a cobblestone carpet. Although they might look like traditional cobbles, these cobblestones are actually attached to a single plastic mat that can be laid in any shape or size. Besides the cost saved on labor and purchasing the materials, a cobblestone carpet is often so seamless that you won't notice it's fake at all. Try paying special attention next time you're walking down the street.
Yeah.
Foil boxes. It's a pretty well-known fact that the serrated edge inside aluminum foil boxes can be used to cut single sheets easily. But that still doesn't stop the whole roll from jumping out and onto the floor. Well, after a lifetime of battling the box, allow me to introduce you to the secret tab that's about to change your life completely. In fact, there are 2 little tabs on either side of the box, and all you have to do is press them inward to lock the roll in place. That way you can use oodles of foil to your heart's content. Why don't they tell us about these things sooner?
Facts.
Can you think
They don't tell us about none of that.
Managed to
But yo, make sure to subscribe, like, turn the bell on, and comment videos that you want to react to. And like I said, check out my Instagram or Snapchat for my, I do daily quotes. It helps people out. People like how I do those quotes. So I'm just saying, look at that. And I'm out. Happy Sunday.